Welcome to Blueprint Radio. I'm your host, Martin Williams. Here we help you create a blueprint for your life. So let's build. Welcome to Blueprint Radio. My name is Martin Williams. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. You may do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and SoundCloud. All the links to the podcast can be found at guidedexpressions.com/podcast with an S, and wherever you're listening to this podcast right now. Today, what I wanted to talk to you about is how to tame your inner creator. So when you're a super creative person, you're going to have a lot of ideas. It kind of comes with the territory. And having a lot of ideas is a really good thing because there's a lot of people who don't really have a lot of ideas. And so when you don't have a lot of ideas, you can get frustrated and feel like, you don't really know what to do. And you're kind of dependent on people who have a lot of ideas. All the great visionaries have a lot of ideas, right? But sometimes having a lot of ideas can be a hindrance if you don't know how to discipline your inner creator, okay? We have a creative machine that's churning out ideas day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And these ideas start to pile up. And the reason that they pile up is that most of the time we don't execute on all those ideas. Now, if you need money or if you want to elevate your financial situation, then the obvious answer is to put those ideas into practice, put those ideas into execution so they can actually help your financial situation. You can actually sell something and make some money. But for the super creator like myself, that's easier said than done. So if you're drowning in ideas, you need a life raft, or else you're going to continue to drown in ideas and not do anything. And this leads to a lot of frustration because you're expending energy to generate these ideas and sometimes you even start some of them, but you never finish anything. The inner creator wants to do everything, but never finishes anything, right? So I have a solution for you. I came up with this thing called the one idea system, and it's one of the simplest things that I've ever come up with and done, because what it does is that it helps me put my ideas in a way that it's almost like a triage where, okay, this is what I want to work on first. So I'm going to work on this idea first, and then this one second, and then this one third, right? And so all of my ideas go into this triage, this system where I determine what's the best idea to work on. The system is basically three parts. I determine the demand for the idea. I determine how much I want to do it, and then how much time I have to actually pull it off. Okay. So here's what I would tell someone. If someone came to me as a coaching client who had a ton of ideas and never executed on any of them, this is how I would tell them to move through that. I would tell them to, number one, create a vault for all your amazing ideas. And I believe all your ideas are amazing. I truly do. Right? And Google Drive is a great place for this. And all you have to do is create a spreadsheet of your idea. So let's say you have an idea for a cafe, or an idea for a mastermind, or an idea for a marketing company, whatever the case may be, whatever idea you have, you put it into this spreadsheet, right? This does two things. Number one, it frees your mind so you can be even more creative and come up with even more ideas, right? And then number two, it creates order for all of the ideas. So they're not all swimming in your head, running into each other. They're on a spreadsheet, easily findable. You can just go in and, pick out that idea, right? So the second thing I would tell that person to do is use the idea system, right? And I have a link to it in the description. You use the idea system to figure out what is the best path forward. What's the thing that I should be working on now, right? So if it's something that doesn't take a lot of time and I really want to do it and there's great demand, that's a perfect idea. Okay. So let's say for me, it would be like a blog post vault that people could go in and use a blog template, turn that into a blog post for their own company. Wouldn't take me that long to do. Everyone needs content and everyone needs direction. And I enjoy writing. So that's a perfect idea. Perfect idea is something that can be executed fairly quickly. Okay. So once you pick that idea, the next step is you want to give yourself 30 days max to finish it, or you release it forever. Okay. This is a sense of urgency where you're no longer daydreaming about finishing something or doing something. You're actually putting, feet to the ground and actually going after the completion of it. Okay. And only giving yourself 30 days. So you set the clock for 30 days. And this works really well with having an accountability partner. So if you don't have an accountability partner, if you're married, that can be your spouse. It can be a friend. It can be whoever, but someone who's going to hold your feet to the fire and say, hey, you told me that you were going to finish this in 30 days. Where is it? Right? So it's that extra layer of accountability to keep you focused. All right. Next step, you want to put all the other ideas into the vault. Okay. So we're not going to entertain anything else. We're not going to think about anything else but finishing this one thing in 30 days. Okay. And that will push you towards bringing this thing to completion, which is the next step. You want to bring this thing to completion. Excuse me. One of the reasons that people get so frustrated and get so down on themselves is because they don't finish anything, right? They're working on everything, but there's no completion. You can't have a beginning without an ending. That's not how life works. So it's important that you finish something. I don't even care if it doesn't make any money, to be honest, because I want you to get into the habit of finishing things and finishing things within a time schedule. Now, if you finish before the 30 days, you have the option of giving yourself time to rest, or you can go into the idea vault, get that next idea out, and then start working on that next idea. And then finally, once you bring it to completion, make it available and ready for public consumption, right? I don't want your books hanging out on Google Drive. Okay. I don't want your course being teachable, but no one can buy it. Okay. I want you to finish it and I want you to bring it to completion and make it available for public consumption, right? Because it forces you to do your best. It forces you to put your everything into it, giving it to someone else. Everything is not for us. It's for other people. Right. So, in the Science of Getting Rich, it talks about, the way that you get money is to give people what belongs to them. When I create a course, it belongs to that person. It doesn't belong to me anymore. It belongs to that person. Now, obviously, I own the rights to it, but it's for their consumption. It's for their development. I don't make the course for me. I'm making it for them. Right. So once you can go through that system and complete all of that, what you will find is that you're going to get into a rhythm of not only focusing on one task until it's completed, but also focusing to the point that, you're finishing things and you're finishing ideas, and you're not just coming up with ideas, but you're actually executing them and finishing them. And what will happen eventually is that one of those ideas is going to change your life. It might be the first idea, it might be the fourth, might be the fifth, might be the 10th. But the more you execute, the more rewards are going to come back into your life. And the better and better you'll get at this. So hopefully that helped you. Hopefully that will help you to tame your inner creator. My name is Martin Williams. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for listening to Blueprint Radio. For more information on Martin Williams coaching and products, please go to guidedexpressions.com or visit me on Facebook as well as Instagram.